What's up guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon video, and today we are going to be looking at shiny Pokemon, specifically Generation 7 shiny Pokemon, and I'm going to go over my top 10 shinies so far from what we've seen from the leaks. Obviously it's all the Pokemon, all the shiny, etc. I'm going to be picking out my top 10 from these images. Of course I could shine up to them more in game, but for the moment these are my top 10 Gen 7 Pokemon. Of course this is including data and info from the demo mine, so if you're avoiding that information, because obviously there's going to be unreleased shinies as well as some unreleased Pokemon too, so if you're avoiding that, please feel free to click off the video now. But if you're not avoiding them, let's get on and we'll look at number 10. Starting off, we have a Wimpod. Now this guy is very small, he is very wimpy, I suppose you could say, but I do like his shiny, in his normal form he's a classic, little bug thing, nothing too special, but I do like the red colouring. Red is my favourite colour, or orange is actually, but this is a close between red and orange, but I do like the colouring on him, on his shiny form. It goes well with his main body colouring. Of course, in the shiny form, normally he's sort of like silver and purple, now he's silver and red, and I like sort of like it's not a bright red, it's more of like a pale red, and I feel like that goes really well with the shell, and I just like the overall design of it. I could see this being a really, I guess a cool shiny Pokemon to have, I suppose, in my opinion. So we move on to number 9. We have, it's actually a whole evolution line here, we have Shiny Sandiest and Shiny Palo Sand. Now the reason why I like these too much is not necessarily because of the Pokemon, and I'm not a huge fan of Sandiest and Palo Sand, but I do like the basis of these shinies, because they're both black, as you can see, and normally they're based on sand and sand castles, so in their shiny form they're black. So this is a reference to the black beaches in Hawaii, so I really do like the reference here. I love it when Pokemon does little references, sort of like in jokes I suppose, especially in terms of shiny Pokemon. It's just really quite interesting. But I mean, the shinies aren't too bad themselves, like black sand, which you can get I suppose as well. It's pretty cool. So that's my number 9. We shall move on to number 8. Another sort of evolution line here. We have Jangmo and Hakamo, and these two look amazing in their shiny forms. They look really fancy, as you can tell, golden pink basically, so I really like the mix of the colour there. And obviously same with Jangmo and Hakamo, obviously similar sort of designs or shiny colourings. Hakamo's whole body is golden apart from his underarms and legs, and then it has pink highlights, which I really do like. It really goes well together, I feel, at least with the Pokemon. However, I haven't included Como on this list, however, fortunately, because I feel like in that, when you get to Como, the shininess is too much pink on it. There's nice to have a few pink highlights, but all of Como's scales are completely bright pink, and I just don't like that. So Jangmo and Hakamo, maybe I'll get a shiny of those, but I won't probably not evolve it. So, move on to number 7. Now, this is our first unrevealed Pokemon on the list, I do believe at least, and this is the evolution of Wimpod. We saw Wimpod earlier, now we have its evolution. So, you can see the red colouring carries across into its evolution. It has like a red sort of highlights around its face. In terms of what else changes on its body though, it does become a slightly whiter shade. Like normally in Wimpod's evolution, he's sort of like a light bluey colour, whereas in its shiny it's like a white colour, which I do quite like. I'm not a huge fan of white shinies usually, especially for example in this generation. Litten, its whole family go from black and red to white and red, which just looks terrible in my opinion, whereas this one I do quite like because it was already quite pale, so it works quite well. And I also do like the fact that the arrows on its body are now like bright, not a bright blue, but they're a nice harsh blue, which I do quite like. It's sort of one of those shinies that has a random funky colour and it doesn't look too strange, so I do quite like it there. So that's my pick for number 7. Then we have number 6. Now, unfortunately, this is not strictly a Pokemon. This is an Ultra Beast, but the Ultra Beasts do have shinies coded into the game. Whether or not they'll be available, I don't know, but I did feel like I had to pick this out because Yu-Gi-Oh! Shiny looks amazing in my opinion. It's nice. It's a really golden colour. It's not like bright gold. It obviously has the bright gold trim around its head, I suppose, but the rest of it is like this subtle yellow shade, which I do quite like. It's sort of like a golden, it gives you a golden aura about it. Now, whether these will be available in game or not, we don't know, of course. We haven't officially been confirmed that they can actually catch the Ultra Beast. We know we can, and I wouldn't expect the shiny Ultra Beast to be available really, or to ever make an appearance if they are truly a different sort of breed. But I would love to have get my hands on a shiny Yu-Gi-Oh! One, because that thing is looking damn funky. So let's move on to number 5. Now, we have another basic Pokemon here, and that is Crabrawler. And it's shiny. I mean, obviously I really like it because it's in the top 5. But the shiny for Crabrawler, it is quite cool. Now, obviously, Crabrawler's normal form is purple and sort of yellow and light blue on its gloves. But I do like the red colouring, again, on its gloves here. Again, obviously, orange, red, my favourite colours. But its gloves look awesome in red because they look very, very similar to actual boxing, gloves. Obviously, when you think of boxing gloves, generally you think of a nice bright red glove. And these two look a lot like them. And it goes with the purple pretty well as well. And obviously the other part of its body, it was originally like a nice light shade of yellow. Now it's more of a tan shade, and that helps blend in with the yellow and the purple. All three colours here just complement each other really well, so I quite like that. In terms of its evolution, it has similar colour schemes, but Crabrawler's evolution obviously introduces this white section as well, which is carried over onto the shiny, and I feel like that's a bit too harsh to work with the other colours. So I mean, going for a Crabrawler here because I do quite like how it fits together there. But then we have number 4, and we have a legendary Pokemon, guys, and that is Lunala. Now, Lunala's shiny, as you can see here, is a really bright purpley reddy colour, and I would guess it's based on a blood moon. I mean, Solgaleo's shiny is also a red colour. I'm really disappointed that Solgaleo's shiny is not green, as a reference to the green lion that devours the sun from Alchemy. And they obviously, both Solgaleo and Lunala have just been given this reddy colour. It really works on Lunala though, because obviously Blood Moon, as I mentioned earlier, I do like the in-jokes they do with the shinies. And plus it looks pretty cool as well. The actual sort of trim on it, the yellow and gold colouring, isn't changed a huge amount. Or at all, possibly, I don't know. But the wings and sort of the inner of its body really is just really different to obviously normally it's like a purpley colour, and a nice harsh red, and the link to the Blood Moon is why it's number 4. So we shall move on to the top 3. Number 3, we have Shiny Charjabug. Yes, one of the first shinies I checked when I saw that obviously all the shiny sprites was Shiny Vikavolt. Unfortunately, I don't like Shiny Vikavolt too much. Normal Vikavolt obviously is a nice blue and yellow on the yellow on the side of its jaws, I suppose you could say. However, Shiny Vikavolt is silver/grey, and the sides of its jaws are light green, like a lime green colour. It's not I terribly hate it, but I would much prefer for its main body colour to stay the darker or duller colour, so highlight its jaws, I suppose you could say. Whereas the harsh silvery grey doesn't really do that. But Charjabug shiny I do quite like. Basically its main body's gone from a dark green to a nice pale red again. You can see a very good trend with my shinies. 3 of these shinies have had the same sort of red shade on them, and that's why I like Charjabug here. It looks pretty cool. It's obviously not hugely, huge fancy Pokemon, but I just do like the nice sort of simple and subtle colour scheme. And again, I guess the nubs on its front, they've gone from a bright yellow to more of like a yellowy orange colour to help it blend in. I quite like that. In terms of eyes, nothing's changed there, it's just the body, and it's just simply just because I like that there. So we're on the penultimate guy, and that is going to be at number 2, Shiny Gumshoes. Yes, I don't know why, I like this shiny. Gumshoes, wasn't really a Pokemon that jumped out at me straight away in terms of when it was revealed, like, oh my god, I want a Gumshoes, but it's shiny, looks incredible in my opinion. This pinky, I like pink, almost purple, not quite purple, but not quite bright, but a dull pale pink, almost going towards purple colouring instead of the bright yellow. Looks pretty good. And the rest of its body, which was obviously a light brown colour, is getting a bit more of a dull brown again to blend in with the rest of this. I can't explain it. I just really quite like it. I'd love to get myself a hand on a shiny Gumshoes. I don't know why. There's going to be about 50 Donald Trump memes in the comment section below, but I really do like that. The shiny. I can't explain why. It just looks really cool to me. It's one of those things I just can't explain, basically. So we'll throw Mr. Shiny Donald Trump to the side, and we shall move on to my favourite shiny from Generation 7 from what we've seen, and that is going to be Shiny Minior. Yes, not really what we might expect, but I really do like how funky Shiny Minior is. Now, in its normal form, in its basic form, with its rock surrounding it, Shiny Minior is basically no different to normal Minior. Its shell is completely the same colour, and you can only tell it's shiny when you break off the cover and you see beneath it this black star with basically like triangles. You've got like blue triangles and green triangles and yellow triangles and orange triangles, and it just looks like something you wouldn't expect really, because normal Minior, there might be like little triangle patterns on it, but there's nothing that would suggest to you that it's really funky. Normal Minior you've just got the normal colour, which could be pink or blue or green or whatever, and you've got darker triangles inside of it, but they're not different colours, they're all the same colour, so it just really jumps out at me. And I guess the triangles are a homage to the rest of its different colouring, because apparently Shiny Minior is always this black colour, it's not like a different colour depending on what colour of Minior you have found. So I guess maybe the triangles could change colour, or all the 4 different triangles, or however many triangles are on it, are just homages to the different colours Minior can be. Regardless, I really do like it. It looks like a funky, it's almost like something extra was added to the Pokemon, I suppose you could say. Usually shiny colours and just like switch them out, switch over whatever, switch this colour for this colour. But Minior, it's almost like you've added extra colours to it, so I really do like it, and it's pretty funky as well. And there's the fact that shiny hunters will have to be extra careful when hunting for a Minior, because of course, unless you hear the sparkle, you will basically never know if there's a shiny Minior under that casing. And of course, the only way you'll know is by attacking it. So of course you're gonna, you're going to carry false swipe, but still, it's something little fun there I thought I'd point out. But that's it. That's my top 10 Generation 7 Shiny Pokemon. So let me know what you down below. If you have a top 10, top 5, top 3, what shiny Pokemon have you seen that you really like and you really think you're going to go shiny hunting for in Sun and Moon? And I'm hoping to bring out some shiny hunting guides when Sun and Moon releases, going over each and every way to shiny hunt how best to do it, so watch out for those. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button down below. I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.